This is how I think a rifle should look. Your opinions may differ, but that is how I think that a rifle should look. Just like that right there. I mean, it looks wonderful. It just has that nice profile to it. And it just looks mean. I mean, especially if it's pointed at you in that direction, loaded. So I would not want to get shot by this. That was a function test of the Tactical Ink magazine with steel feed clips, and it's made of polymer, so it's lightweight. Really cool. TI-25. People hate on rimfire all day. In all honesty, would you ever want to get hit by that round? Ever? This is my Ruger 1022 with an assault scope, a Picatinny rail. It has an extended magazine release. It has right here, you look back there, has the auto slide lock, which is this right there. The weapon's now loaded, and it has this extended handle, so if you get a jam, you can just unload it. And yeah, uncharged now. So it works really nice like that and makes the gun very functional. This is a Tactical Ink barrel right here. Tacticalink.com, and this is the flash suppressor right here. It's got a threaded barrel, so it's just secured on there with just a little bit of soft solder metal in the back, and then it has some pipe, like stuff you wrap around the pipe to make it where it won't come off. So this is it's not going anywhere unless you take it off. It can still be taken off to be cleaned, which was one of the things I liked. But the holes in here about as big as my pinky, and that's about how long it is. It completely hides the flash. Sometimes you get a little spark going out the side, but you know, it's much better than before. It actually makes the gun a bit quieter because it takes the sound and spreads it out in several different directions. And you know, I really like how on the bottom, when I'm going out squirrel hunting, I can just take a regular 10-round rotary magazine and put it in the bottom right here and have a flush fitting magazine. But when I'm at home, we'll put this magazine in. This is a TI-25 mag by tacticalink.com. This is something that I now consider to be, I mean, it works just fine, but now Ruger makes a 25-round magazine because they heard the voices of reason. This right here is a Black Hawk stock, and I have secured a grip pod using some bolts, a couple of bolts, and a Picatinny rail. And what that allows me to do is have this nice grip pod right here, which is spring loaded. What I was saying about the 10-round magazines is that this is a rotary magazine. You can kind of see it's got a little pin in the middle where it rotates around and pushes it around as you fire up in that fashion, and it just goes right in there, and it gives you 10 rounds flush with the gun. So that gives you it's just awesome, because you can have 10 rounds flush with the gun, and you can walk around and have this on your back with this little 2-point sling right there. This is an ATI sling with ATI sling studs, and that works out very well this fashion. It's all you need right there is that little web belt. You can make one of these out of 1-inch webbing, but I think 1.5 inch like they have here works better because it spreads out the load a little bit better. This rifle, when completely loaded, only weighs 5 pounds. That's impressive. And that means fully loaded with a 25-round magazine and only weighs 5 pounds. And that's due in part to this barrel right here, which has got that insert. It's cut out for more cooling. I liked it because it made the gun lighter, but it was still stainless steel, so you're not going to have to worry about warping, bending, overheating, or staining and rusting issues like you sometimes do with this part right here. It tends to rust some, so you can scrub that off with steel wool. But yeah, you know, lots of magazines, and the whole package costs less than $400, so I was quite happy with it. Also, this is the Tactical Ink extended mag release, just hollowed out to make it lighter, and it's got a Tactical Ink auto bolt release in there, which makes it fly forward when you let go instead of having to press this little tiny little button on the bottom. Now, I really like everything about this because, well, I suppose I made it, so I'm a bit biased. But the only thing I would change is I'd probably get an aluminum receiver, because the aluminum receiver on Tactical Ink has the advantage of having this Picatinny rail go all the way back. So I'd be able to take this sight right there and put it anywhere I want, and it'd clean up the look of the rifle a lot by not having that there. Then you could build a second rifle and keep that in your safe, just in case you needed to go hunting with a friend, because I've got an extra scope that I could put on the next rifle, and then I would be able to take a friend shooting with me, no problem. Because I've got 5 magazines, and you really only need to buy 2, because 5 is a bit too much. 2 seems to be the right amount, and then you have the 10-round rotary mag that you can use in the woods when you're walking around, so that you don't have this end of this poking you in the back. See, it's spring loaded, and what that means is that you can take this right here, you can put this in like that, and then you can hold it. It also makes a great way to just carry it just like that on your side. Just hold it like that. Great for easy transport. And then it just pops right back out when you need a bipod again. It's very steady. They make an aluminum version of this, which is the real thing, for $65. I hadn't gotten it yet. I'm not sure I will, but it'd be nice to have one that you know is not going to break if you didn't trust this nylon reinforced plastic, basically fiberglass. And I really like this stock right there. It's very accurate. You don't get a lot of play when you move this around because the barrel doesn't actually touch the stock, which is great. I like this scope right here. It's just perfect because it's a 1-inch eye relief, so you get a very compact package in your firearm. You don't have to take this stock and spin it all the way out. You just take it like this, and then you get down, and it's just, you put it up to your eye and you can immediately get the sight picture. Also, this scope is, you can see it in night because it has this little eye relief right there, and it's got mil dots, but you can't see that. But it looks really nice, and in low light conditions, you can just turn it to the first setting, the lowest setting, 1, and you'll be able to see out of the scope just fine. Overall, it's a nice package. The only thing you could do to make this better is to get a tack stamp and put a suppressor on it, which would make this the ultimate squirrel hunting rifle, because there's a chance that other squirrels wouldn't run away because it doesn't sound really loud at all when you have that on there. Especially, there's this little part you can put in the back, this replacement pin. It's made out of nylon, and so that way you don't get this loud clang every time the gun fires from hitting that steel pin. It just hits this soft nylon pin. It doesn't make as much noise. The disassembly on this rifle is very easy. All you have to do is take out this one screw right here, and the whole stock comes off, and you'll be able to clean around here and oil it. If you're in the field and you carry any kind of oil, like grease, or in my case olive oil, you can just put olive oil in there. It doesn't really matter. This gun, you know, as you see, all it is the bolt right there. It comes back and forth and catches that. And you can clean it with an old toothbrush, or a rag, or a little piece of steel wool, anything really. And a brake cleaner works really well too. Just spray in there. If you don't have a little thing to get down the barrel, just spray some brake cleaner down the barrel, and it'll get all that the gunk and gunpowder out of there, because rimfire is a dirty round. That is one of the disadvantages, but it is 3 cents a round. So for 3 cents, you get a lot of bang for your buck. I've drilled a hole in a tree that was 3 inches thick with this round, and I think that's quite impressive for a round that costs as little as it does. So for me, rimfire is an excellent choice, and I'll continue to use it.